or the backline rather, and then just Piercing Light if he needs to harass from long range, because Piercing Light, I believe, or yes, it does outrange Buckshot. Though Buckshot has a cone AOE, it's still lower in terms of range compared to the Piercing Light. All right, so we're in the loading screen right now, and now going into the game. Really nice na hindi siya nag-load kagaya ng kanina na parang standstill lang. Alright, there's going to be that pause. Must be for the settings for these two teams. Alright, just going to fix that. So again, this is the TNC eSports Cup 2015. We have the match between TNC eSports, or TNC Pro Team rather, sorry for that, versus Imperium Pro Team Blue. For the top lane, we have standing top lane, who is, if you guys didn't know, TG. For that, Yorick. In the jungle, it will be Nixta, formerly Naga, will be in that middle jungle Nidalee. In the mid lane, it will be Lonme for the LeBlanc, and in the bottom lane, it will be Effic and Carl for the ADR Lucian and the support Sion. As for Imperium Pro Team Blue, we have in the top lane Yux for that Irelia. In the jungle, it will be Rebecca for the Rek'Sai. In the middle lane, it will be Chalk for that Victor. For the bottom lane duo, it will be Arkin for the Graves, and his support will be Shadow for that Thresh. Alright, into the game right now. Having that support Sion, he can choose to die to a camp into the side of Imperium Pro Team Blue. But the danger for this is that if he is seen out, he can be first blooded by anyone in Imperium Pro Team. Just one hit and the Raptors or any other camp can just finish it off, and those give you kills. It's not similar to like Dota, wherein the neutral monsters would execute you rather than the hero. Here, it's like teamwork. If the camps kill you, the hero kills you if the hero gets a hit onto you. Looks like a very aggressive stance here by TNC Pro Team, but that very good Trinket Ward down. We'll see their aggressive stance. Carl will get into the lane. Oh, he uses the Roaring Slayer. There's a nice hook onto Nexta, and Nexta will get down. Will get first blooded by Rebenga. Very, very good wardings there by Imperial Pro Team Blue, knowing how aggressive TNC Pro Team plays, and man, what a play there. I thought that they were going to Shadow was going to get Carl, but then Carl just went into this area right here. He moved here, and the next one was just like a filet mignon in favor like a man, parang what's the term for that? Parang I'm gonna come back to that. All right, so going back into the lanes. All right, so analysis for Imperium Pro Team Blue. We have in the mid lane Shock. Victor has some very good AoE potential, though his damage output does need to be complemented by team fights before he gets his three core items. That's how Victor really plays. You need to get in that let's say Lich Bane, Rabadons, and possibly a Void Staff for him to start maturing in the game. Though he can, well, do some good damage against a LeBlanc who's very squishy early on, though LeBlanc can do the same. And LeBlanc has good mobility. Look at that. Once the Drill of Malice with that distortion just poof, puts Shock's health to below 50% HP. Next to right here will return the favor onto Rebenga. Rebenga still has his flash up, but he's a little bit too tanky. Will Nexta be able to get the last hit? Oh, wait, sorry for that. Oh, he gets the last hit there. Very nice counterplay by Nexta. Saying, Rebenga, my man, even if you got that first blood, I'm going to get your camps. Right, top lane, a little bit of a tussle between Yux and TG, but this is actually a good counter pick against that Irelia. Having that, I believe it's called the Omen of Pestilence. It gives you some HP back, or rather, oh, here it is, the Omen of Famine, which gives you HP back on depending on the damage you've dealt. He can out damage and out sustain, but oh, TG or trying to go in onto Yux. One more skill might kill him, but Rebenga is here for the gank. Will get the kill. The knock up, not enough charge there by Carl, but that's already 2 kills for Imperium Pro Team Blue. And TG a little bit too over aggressive against Yux. Yes, he was winning, but They should have known. Oh, they're going onto Arkin, but Arkin just, you know, dashes out, uses that surfboard by himself, and, well, just dodges out of that decimating smash. Alright, so there is already a 1,000 gold lead for Imperium Pro Team Blue. Oh, nice try there by Shadow, trying to... Oh, here comes Rebenga yet again onto TG. TG doesn't have his flash anymore. Poor TG, he's gonna go down, down, down. Will he go down? One more bite, there you go. Kamandag ni Rebenga and Yux combined can kill TG. Nice hook onto Epic there. Will it be a kill? The Ignite does come off, but Carl zones out Arkin in the bottom lane. So, whew, a little bit of a breather there, but already before the 5-minute mark, Imperium Pro Team Blue have given, or rather have taken an early lead. 3 kills, 1,300 in terms of gold lead. Though, that's in terms of the top lane and bottom lane dominance. But the middle lane, which is for Lonme, has been dominating. You can see 28 CS to 13 CS of Chalk. So this means that the assassin potential that LeBlanc does or has comes in a little bit more earlier than it normally would have because of his lane dominance. Alright, so we're just here gonna keep looking, and Shadow there just taunting a little bit. Gonna try to go in onto Arkin, and Shadow knocks Shadow up. Here comes Nexta. Will he get the kill? No, he does not. Here comes Yux for the slow. Oh my gosh, Nexta super low HP, but not enough follow-up damage by Imperium Pro Team Blue. But Rebenga is here for an immediate counter engage. 4 people already, but with that instant teleport by Yux, TG has been given some time to farm this top lane. He won't be able to push it just yet, but the free farm in the top lane will get him back into the game with that free farm. Next, a nice damage onto the Scutter there. Gets a little bit of vision into the bottom side river. Alright, so vision-wise, there's a lot of good vision coming in from... Oh, but here comes Lonme onto Chuck. Just combos him out. Chuck does have that Ignite, though Chuck can't still capitalize on it because of the mobility of LeBlanc. And if he loses his second skill, which is that Gravity Field, it's similar to what Veigar is now. You have to wait for like 1 or 1.5 seconds. There's going to be a slow though, but the stun comes super later. Oh, but Nixon gets caught out here. He's gonna get the chill smite onto himself. One more Fierce Bite. Oh, the pounce saves him. Trouble. Lonmet tries to go in. Does put damage onto Chalk, but Chalk says not anymore. You don't have any more mana. And now here comes Rebenga. Just uses that Prey Seeker to get some damage onto Lonme. Next here, but will recall now. So, a little bit of a breather here for TNC Pro Team. Gonna just try to do something. Oh, but the ward here spots out IPT Shadow trying to go in. He just puts in some very good lane wards. And yeah, they're just trying to control in this side of the jungle for themselves because they want to have that early dragon control, and they only have the kills to support, well, an early force on the dragon, because here that Yux is already level 6. Does have that Sheen, so he does have the burst damage, though standing top lane, rather TG going to stack that Cheer of the Goddess. Oh, look at the damage output from Arkin. Puts good chunks of hits onto Efik, and what's good about this is that there's a huge wave going to hit the bottom tier 1 of Imperium Pro Team Blue, which means that he can farm under turret, and the harass that Imperium Carl and Efik would have do stave off a little bit, though there's the Roar of the Slayer trying to, you know, just force Arkin. Oh! Okay, almost there. Pearson Light still there for the harass. You can see here, even though Yux has such an advantage, he's still playing defensively against this Yorick because Yorick has so many skills to spam out. And without having the Trinity Force, doesn't have too much of a burst. Oh, still going in! Look at that chunk of damage he just deals, even with only a cloth armor and Cheer of the Goddess. But here comes Rebenga in the side, almost already level 6. Oh, where's Rebenga? Here's Rebenga, but TG does see it, so he's just going to back off. Rebenga puts a tunnel here so he can Void Rush whenever he needs to be. Because looking into the map, there's only another tunnel about around this point wouldn't be the best if you're going for a Rek'Sai. You typically want to have tunnels over this area right here, either this area or this area, and then top lane area, so you can teleport and respond for your teammates, and possibly Riverside tunnels will be able to, well, fast respond if someone's gonna go for the Dragon or Baron, but we'll see. It's too early for the Baron, but you know what, you don't get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, rather. There you go. Okay, so right now it's just going to be a little bit of a farm fest. Yux taking a huge chunk of damage from TG. TG going in, forced to use the Transcendent Blades, and here comes Lanme going in again onto Chuck. Chuck, well, falling a bit in terms of the CS, but not as huge I would have expected because of how Lanme aggressively plays. I thought it would have been around 20 CS above, but Chuck managing to hold off on his own. And well, with Lanme maxing out the Sigil of Malice, this means that Lanme does tend to fall behind, or rather can't force or push more the advantage of getting farm because of that distortion. Oh, what a nice dark passage there onto the brush. See Nixta when he gets into the brush, nice how do you say this, spider sense from IPT Shadow. He sees what happens in the shadow. Man, this guy has that intuition right there. Alright, so again, it's just going to be a little bit of, again, a farming phase. There's nothing yet to be taken, but I'm predicting right now that the battle will most likely start into the mid lane for TNC Pro Team, because Lanme has been super aggressive and you can get easier picks with the LeBlanc. And then for Imperial Pro Team Blue, it's going to be the bottom lane and then Rek'Sai. But oh, here comes Rebenga! Rebenga gets the Chilling Smite and no knock up just yet. He can't go down, but the ultimate does come up, but at what cost? There's not any more that they can do. They're still too tanky for TG to get the kill, and already a second kill for Yux. And this one actually, oh, that was too bad. I think Nixta recalled at the worst time possible for him, because Rebenga did go in for the top lane gank. Oh, here comes Carl, but just slightly gets almost a knock up there. So back to what I was saying, if Nixta didn't recall, they could have immediately gotten for the Dragon because they had the numbers advantage with the jungler in their side, because Rebenga used his Void Rush and, well, he wasn't in the top lane, so that's going to be like a 4v3 in the bottom lane. But Nixta did recall, so a little bit of a misplay there, or rather, he wanted to get his item, which is this Magus enchantment, meaning he's going to have a little bit of good burst damage. 12 minutes in, considering he has a death, not bad with an item choice. And timing from Nixta here. Though Rebenga has an answer to that, which is Warrior's Enchantment, Stalker's Blade, and that Mercury Treads. Oh, Rebenga does get the kill onto that Scuttler. The Scuttler Wars have begun. And look at this, Imperium Carl and Epic are just losing against RPT Arkin. Look at how much Arkin is leading in terms of CS, almost 20 something, and still TG relentless with his damage output. But look at that, Yux almost has the components of a phage and is going in onto TG. TG did have to regret that decision of going in onto IPT Yux there. Nixta just here a tad bit too late, but wow, just too much damage is just coming out of Yux, because, well, even without the Trinity Force, there's a, let's say, level damage spike for an Irelia level 9 when she can get in that level 4 rank hidden style. The max for his true damage and HP return per hit. So that's one of the level spikes for a Irelia. Plus, with that Sheen, so that's what still in the mid lane. Oh, there's the hours. You also look at over you see how powerful he is right now. You see that London, even though he got killed by Chalk, still goes in with a sigil match combo. What the problem with this sigil match combo is that if you're enemy mediator, they get the kill and builds up some match. But for go see, so try to win the heroes. Yes, sorry, TNC protein rather, my bad. But Epic and your are here to get oh, sorry. Epic, my bad. So protein to the rest of the used by target ready for be able to outshine with their they have to rely on picks rather than team play. There's a huge weight going outside. This is going to be a little bit of a hindrance for people in this. Right now, we have needs to rather. Like, one man shot is going to the back and flank them. It's a good bad positioning there. Clash to get this one, but they weren't able to get the tower down. So the long run, will go down. No members of TNC Pro Team will try to counter or rather anymore. Just one more hit. Other two hits got killed. Dragon will be up in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it's just going to be positioning rather. To death by with his life, though they do get a lot of the members of Pro Team here down, though that was a 2-for-1 trade. 40 seconds onto this DR, lots of low HP members, so they will recall and well go get back to getting the dragon. Will this be a dragon that's 42 teams? Personally, I think, or rather I know that TNC Pro Team needs to just give up this dragon and put some wardings right in this area, and when they see that the whole of Imperial Pro Team is there, try to push the mid tier 1, get in that gold for themselves, a little bit of more map pressure, get back and just farm your side lanes, keep milking out as much as possible a pseudo laning phase for, let's say, Epic, and let's say just Epic, get his items up, have some damage for him, so that when they try to clash the next time, they have a chance of winning it. Because right now they don't have the damage output to even burst down Chalk. Because you saw their Chalk was like doing a 3v1 and he still didn't die. He had a good response time from his teammates, but that window of opening for TNC Pro Team wasn't even enough to kill him. So you can see there that there is such a disadvantage for TNC Pro Team to get a kill. But oh, Lonme had a distortion back, so all's well that ends well. Next, trying to go in onto Yux, but Yux so tanky right now, having in that Nile Magic Mantle, Mercury Treads, Glacial Shroud, and of course his very awesome Trinity Force gets him so much presence into the game right now. Dragon will be up in 7 seconds, and well, just let's wait, guys. So let's see what happens. Solo casting really does a number onto your throat, but it's so fun. Okay, now it will be a dragon dance actually forces Rebenga to tunnel over the wall, and well, very nice positioning here, or rather, it was just the Imperial Pro Team Blue being late to the party. Rebenga a little bit too caught out. He will go down to the next takes down Rebenga. So that was a good trade, or actually a good play from TNC Pro Team. I was talking about them that's trading in the mid-tier 1 for this, but it was Imperial Pro Team's fault for being a little bit too late to the party, not being able to position themselves properly. So they had this awkward position here where Imperial Carl was just zoning them out, and then Rebenga tried to get in, but he was alone. So that was what happened, and now you can see here that they are just trying to capitalize more and more on this, but there's so much wave clear for Imperial Pro Team Blue that they couldn't finish off this mid-tier 1, though it wasn't the worst case scenario because they got the 1 kill and 1 dragon. So still, there's still a long way to go for TNC Pro Team to get back into this. And now IPTB is trying to, well, return the favor. They're just gonna say, we're just gonna walk straight into your base, don't even give a care if you guys are going to go against this Arcan. So much damage output. Still doesn't kill TG though, but here comes the clash. Very nice positioning here by the members of Imperial Pro Team. Nice box there from Shadow. Just zones out so many of the members, but the tankiness from TNC Pro Team does prove a bit too much for IPTB to handle. That is a 2-4-2 trade, while looking at the top lane for jungle and then mid lane for top lane, and still the inhibitor doesn't go down. I'm going to say that's in favor of TNC Pro Team having to defend their inhibitor and getting a good clash right there. Very nice. It did look like a nice play by Imperial Pro Team Blue, but they didn't respect. Oh my gosh, Lonme just mowing the lawn there, mowing the lawn there with Shadow. He went down and gives him a 3-kill killing spree already. The culling comes out. Will you be able to get the mid tier 2? No, it's still pretty healthy. Has a good chunk of HP still left. So I'm thinking Imperial Pro Team Blue says that we went in a little bit too arrogantly and paid for our lives with the 2 kills onto us. Or actually 3 kills if you count the last kill by Lonme onto Shadow, and then the mid tier 1. So we'll say slowly but surely there's a chance for TNC Pro Team to get back into this, because, well, if you look into the tankiness and the well, utility-wise, or let's say support composition, it goes really in favor of TNC Pro Team, but yung clash components and team fight prowess can still go into the favor of Imperial Pro Team Blue. Though there's only a 4,000 gold lead left for Imperial Pro Team Blue to work with. Before it was 8,000, but that instant play, that misplay by Imperial Pro Team Blue just gave so much time for TNC Pro Team to get back. So, well, we'll just see what happens. The Dragon, or rather the Baron, is now up. There's still a long way to go for the aspect of Dragon for these two teams. And, well, that's about that. We just have to wait right now. Alright, again, this is the TNC eSports Cup 2015. This is a match between TNC Pro Team versus Imperial Pro Team Blue. Again, we would like to thank our official sponsors, official monitor, which is Philips Multimedia Display, official food partner Kaboom Wings and Burgers, official internet service provider Converge ICT Solutions, and of course our official game partner, which is Garena. Again, I'm GS Azareth, and I still giving to you this games by myself, my first time solo casting. And how do you like it, guys? I'm trying my best. Okay, so right now it looks like the positioning that TNC Pro Team are doing is to set up for this Baron. They're smartly doing this because, well, there is only this area right here for Imperial Pro Team Blue to get the super minions going, but then they are going to be hesitant because they miscalculated on how tanky TG and Carl have become, and Lonme starting to get into that assassin groove that he was doing quite a while ago. Oh my god, that combo, I am shocked. Nice dark passage there by Shadow, but if there is like a reason for why TNC Pro Team came back into this game, it's going to be Lonme. Lonme just getting so many kills and instant assassinations that I'm just speechless right now. They get the kill onto Imperium Carl, but they did get the mid tier 2, so still good. It was a 1-for-1 trade. They trade, or rather, let's say a 2-for-1 trade. They traded the support for the ADR and middle tier 2 of Imperial Pro Team Blue, which is, for me, a worthy trade for TNC Pro Team. Looks like Imperial Pro Team Blue want to try again to walk into the base of TNC eSports, or rather TNC Pro Team, but can they do it? I don't think they can right now because Lonme is just looking really scary. He has that needlessly large front and not yet enough gold to be able to finish off a Rabadons, but I think that he wants, or rather, yeah, Rabadons would be the most beneficial item You can go in for Zoe's Hourglass, but the playstyle right now of TNC Pro Team, and they do have the ultimate from the Yorick, would be to be able to use Lonme, their biggest asset right now, to be able to just burst someone down. And look at this, Imperial Pro Team Blue still wants to go in. Where is Lonme? He's just recalled right now, so Imperial Pro Team Blue can't get the damage here. The bot tier 3 is super low right now, but Lonme, here he comes with that Sigil of Malice and Thrill Chains combo. Carl tries to go in, he will die, but Lonme is still here. Oh, Yux tries to go in and kill TG. Oh, Rider next oh, he actually dies to Arkin's Static Shift proc. So that was a 2-4-2 exchange. But here comes Rebenga. Oh, Rebenga immediately tries to back off. Will he die? No! Nice play there from Chuck, but Lonme again is dominating. Will Lonme try to get a back kill? So 1-for-1 trade right there. Rebenga, nice bait, I would say. So 15 seconds for the Dragon to come up. I'm gonna go into IPT Bree's hands. Will look like it. Though a successful defense play by TNC Pro Team, though they did have a little bit of a misplay right there, wherein they went so deep to kill, who was it again? I believe it was Shadow or Chalk, that, well, an effect died, and their Dragon control, well, went down with the ADR going down. So that's about that. Still, they're getting in these good fights because of Lonme's immense assassin capabilities, plus the tankiness from Carl and TG just complementing them very well, giving Efik and Lonme lots of, well, free hits. And Shock, I don't know, they do try to go in for these awkward engages, and Shock not there to follow up. He could try to put in a gravity field around the box ultimate of Shadow to try and, well, lock someone in, and then use his ultimate, which is the Chaos Storm, to, well, AoE damage them, because that's where their composition shines, and they haven't done this in like the whole duration of the game. Ooh, Lonme still there, but Rebenga is here though. Efik and TG are here for the counter. Get Rebenga! Already to 50% HP, but he's going to go back to his own mid lane. Just goes to show how much damage Lonme has, and that was correct. Having in that Rabadons, because they do still have that goal disadvantage. They want to maximize out as much damage as they can, and they do have the safety. Like again, what I said from TG's ultimate. They are going to start off this Baron, which is a nice call because they did force Rebenga to heal back. Though they're going to, well, just back off because they can't finish the Baron in time before Imperial Pro Team can get and do something, and they can do something about it. Alright, so we'll see what just happens right now. You can see here that Lonme trying to get in some harass onto Yux. Yux a little bit too tanky. And, well, it's just going to be a mid lane, well, tussle again. It looks like Imperial Pro Team Blue wants to finish off this mid lane. There is going to be, I believe, a clash. If Imperial Pro Team Blue wins this, they can get in the bottom lane inhibitor as well, or risk or gamble, finish off the game as well. Because if in the long run they don't, TG and Carl just going to be so tanky enough that Truck's damage output might be a little bit too late to the party. Alright, so I'm just gonna force them out. So really, it's going to be either an inhibitor fight for these two teams or the Baron dance. But there's so many wards around the Baron area that they really can't, like, well, sneak it up. And there's not a real way for, like, to get like a 2-man Baron kill. They don't have someone like a Master Yi, 4-item Master Yi to try and do that. The culling does come out. Laser misses. Spear connects. The combo from Lonme there forces Shock to recall. And this is the opportunity that TNC Pro Team have been waiting for, a 4v5 if TNC, or rather, Imperial Pro Team Blue tries to counter it out, and I don't think they will. They're trying to get here, but Carl is trying to... Oh my god! What is up with you, Lonme? You are the man, the MVP. They get the Baron, they get the kill onto Arkin, the ADR, one of the main damage dealers for Imperial Pro Team Blue. And, well, I feel like this is the comeback that TNC Pro Team want. They're going to use that gravity field to force them out a little bit, but the minions are buffed up, steroided, and ready to go. Lonme tries to put a good chunk of damage onto Shadow, and now mid tier 3 taking a huge chunk of damage. With Lonme, wow, I really have to say, Lonme, most valuable player right now for TNC Pro Team. When this finishes, guys, you have to give him like a KFC bucket meal or something, or some Kaboom wings and burgers bucket meal if they have that, to, well, congratulate this guy if you win the game. But now they're just smartly backing off. They're trying to re-engage yet again. They do get the hook onto TG. TG goes down, but they all use all of his cooldowns onto him. But you can see now that they're trying to re-engage. Will they get any more kills? Carl forced to flash away. Doesn't have his unstoppable onslaught. Here comes Lonme. Lonme puts a good chunk of damage onto Arkin there. They do get the knockup onto Epic. Epic uses that relentless pursuit to try and get out. But will they successfully defend their mid inhibitor? Yes, they do. They do trade it for TG's life. But okay, Lonme. Just, wow. He comes in from the side to side. Oh, sorry about that. He comes in from side to side, just scaring the bejesus out of anyone from Imperial Pro Team Blue, because he has that ability right now. He can kill Chalk. Chalk doesn't have that Zoe's Hourglass or even a Banshee's Veil to try and counter out yung combo damage output that Lonme has. And Arkin is trying to build that Spectre's Cowl, but I think it's a little bit too late to build that because Void Staff is a good item. It does ignore 35% of your magic resist, or rather it has 35% magic penetration, and percentage goes well into the late game because well, if you can compete it like this, yung computation kasi ng mga penetration, it's flat armor penetration, but and then there's after that there's the penetration for percentage. Parang ano siya, for example, 100 yung magic resist mo, tapos may 50 magic penetration, so magiging 50 na lang yung magic resist mo, and then there's like, let's say 50% magic penetration, 25% na lang matitira. So for example, ano lang, may 50% kang magic penetration, that's going to be kung 100 yung magic resist, 50 magic resist ka na lang. So all in all, yung binibuild na Spectre's Cowl ni Arkin is a little bit too late in my opinion, though if he can make this into a Banshee's Veil, can still work for him to counter out one skill of Lonme to not activate that Sigil of Malice proc, which is so demoralizing to get hit by. The Baron buff has expired for TNC Pro Team, but still their advantage, even though they're still down in terms of gold, have been showing. They destroyed this middle inhibitor, but the middle inhibitor for themselves is open, though they can't force in this either top lane or bottom lane. And look at this, they're fighting for this blue buff, though I think they won't be able to get it. Lonme just a little bit outnumbered there, though nice wordings here overall by well, TNC Pro Team, just showing how much they want to either push the top lane or the bottom lane. And then for TNC Pro Team, and then for Imperial Pro Team Blue, they can't ward well enough because they're afraid of getting engaged on in a very bad positioning. And we'll see right now that they're going to try and push this top tier 2. They're going to try and defend it. Nice wave clear there, but Lonme tries to do what he can again. Doesn't get his full combo off just yet. Imperial Pro Team Blue do know how painful it is. They're going to try and save this, and they will smartly back off. Rebenga takes a good chunk of damage onto himself. Will recall, or rather go back into their own base. Arkin tries to do what he can, but Carl and TG just too tanky right now. Oh, Lonme almost gets the kill there. If the Ethereal Chains would have hit, he would have died for sure. But I think it would translate into some damage into the top tier 3. But good gravity field there from Chuck forces Epic out of lane. Alright, so just looking into this Surge right now. Nice ultimate there, similar to what the gravity field did. Gonna try to go in on the TG. TG takes a huge chunk of damage. Will they re-engage? TG a little bit too low. Here comes Carl, gets a 2-man knockup, and they're going to try and get back out of this. Yes, they will. Possibly get some recalls and wards into the area for the Dragon, or for the Baron. It's going to be up in a minute. And wow, there's so much action coming in. I really didn't expect TNC Pro Team to get back into this, but you'd have to respect the, let's say, late game tankiness of what a Scion can have, even though he's in the support role, and the support and those ghouls coming out of TG's Yorick. Okay, so they do get in that Scuttler. I don't know who has the timer. I believe it's going to be TNC Pro Team. We have the timer for the Dragon, but the Baron is in their sights right now. Rayseeker just comes out to scout if there are members there. Does see it. They're going to put in some defensive wards into their own jungle, into the Baron pit to see if someone is there. Nice Scrying Orb from IPT Arkin. Oh, sorry about that. I did remove the tab. Oh, Muramana has been built from TG, so he has a damage output to be able to, well, deal damage. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be again that, well, Baron dance, because if Imperial Pro Team will get a good fight, it can result into pushing in the inhibitor, the Nexus turrets, and possibly the game. Same for TNC Pro Team here. Alright. Lonme trying to do what he can. Arkin already to 50% HP. Oh my gosh. Bad position here by Imperial Pro Team Blue will force. Oh, Chuck gets caught out, but the gravity field is still there. Doesn't get the stun though. Chuck will be forced to flash over the wall if he doesn't want to die. Yes, he will. And now Arkin gets the kill onto Carl though. But still, there's a relentless onslaught here coming in from the members of TNC Pro Team. They still don't get the kills, but they're going to be forced to recall, enter the all in. Lonme trying to go in onto Arkin and gets the kill onto Arkin. Arkin a little bit too non-sidesteppy, or he wasn't microing well enough that he got bursted down with that Ethereal Chains. And Ethereal Chains has a very slim linear AoE, so or rather linear targeting, so he could have dodged that a little bit and could have survived actually. Yux and Chalk are full HP though. They can force out the members of TNC Pro Team. Yux trying to still go in. Chalk doesn't have his ultimate just yet though. They're still now striking into fear into the hearts of TNC Pro Team. So much action here. Lonme didn't get the Ethereal Chains there. Tried to scare someone. But, well, it's happening right now that the late game has begun. Both these teams are going to be able to win it either way. As the game progresses, there's only a 2,000 gold lead for Imperial Pro Team Blue. That's not too big of a deal anymore. We're 44 minutes into the game. And what's going to happen right now is that if they go for this Baron fight, or actually can they go for this Baron fight? There's such a fast Baron killer team, or Dragon killer team by TNC Pro Team. Both three in terms of dragons. So movement speed buff, push, and the minimum steroid buff have been given to both these teams. So it's going to be a try push by Imperial Pro Team Blue. They could have just resulted this into the Baron, but they didn't see that TNC Pro Team backed off. So a little bit of a miscommunication there, or rather a misplay there by Imperium Pro Team Blue. Oh my gosh, my throat is like getting slowly but surely well, painful, but still I'll pursue, or rather persevere in shoutcasting, because these games are just so freaking awesome. They really oh, there's a good engage onto Arkin and Shadow. It looks like it's a very, very good clash for TNC Pro Team. They're trying to go in for it, and they do get the pick onto 3 members, and this might be the game. They're trying to go in onto Rebengo. If they get the kill onto him, they can result this into the mid lane. Will they try to go to? Yes, they will. And TJ still has his ultimate up to be able to tank the turret. Where is Epic? He's gonna come in here, and mid inhibitor gonna go down. And well, let's try to time it down if they're going to start this. There's like 30 seconds off for the other members. Are they going to try to go first? No, Nexus turrets will be going down. There you go. So let's see. I'm predicting 47-20 will be like time they go. Oh, okay, a little bit closer. Well, we'll see, we'll see. But the team, oh my god, Lonme wins the game for them. Wow. Wait.